Alors, bienvenue, or welcome, hallo, herzlich willkommen, in order to keep it quite international. Something that you seem to prefer, as most of the last production you did were international productions, or am I wrong and we're talking about European nor French kind of productions that you've been doing?
Yeah, by the way, it's technically it's a French production. Shooting with European crew, because most of my crew are French or from Europe. My actors, except Forest Whitaker, are from Europe. We shot in US, so okay. So yes, it's a European-French production.
But what is the reason? Because we here in Germany are full of envy when it comes to production skills, because we feel that you French are having like a high level when it comes to the production and all this, and also like you have some like great actors. So what's the benefit of like picking some international ones as a Liam Neeson, as a Forest Whitaker?
The thing is that when you're when you're working with an Academy Award winner and an Academy Award nominees, then you understand much more what is the answer. I have great actors. Maggie Grace is a fucking great actress, and Sam Spruill, Doug Scott, all those guys, are just great actors. I'm working with a great cast named John Papsidra, who casted Inception, Dark Knight, whatever. And so I'm very confident about when he's proposing to me any names, for my new movies. So it gives to the thing is to give to the movie the highest quality that we have, especially emotionally. And this one we have a lot more of emotion. Performing action, I don't say it's easy, but it's not the worst thing to do when you're acting. Performing a sequence when you discover your wife, ex-wife dead, and then the aim, normally is to give to the audience the whole empathy that you're gonna need during the whole movie. So it's something totally different. So sure, when you have Liam Neeson, you know that this guy is a huge actor, so he's gonna give you much more than what he can. And that the audience will respond all over the world, because because he showed during decades that he was one of the biggest actors in the world. So it's a high value for that kind of movie. And when you bring Forest Whitaker, then you double the high value of this proposal.
Well, that's also what I asked the others, if they see a difference between the manner of production works ethics like in the US or over here, or like in Europe, I would say. And I expected like, oh, does it mean that like in the breaks you had like some vin rouge, some fromage, like some typical French savoir vivre? Or is it really like, guys, we have a schedule, that's it, soda.
Whatever, we're making movies, so when you make movie, if it's in France or in Germany or in US, whatever, it's we have exactly the same rules. After the other thing that when you're working in US, you have unions, you have different rules of working on the set directly. So this is the only thing that changed a bit. In France or in Europe, when we're working with 3 people, for example, on a special thing, in US you're going to have 10 or 15 people, so it's longer, it costs a lot of money, and so on and so on. This is the only difference. So when you're shooting a movie in US, you just need to make both of everybody has to make both way, 50% of the way, just to make to respect what is the logic of this of that kind of movie. We are making a movie with 3-4 less money than the others, so we need to be clever, we need to be smart, we need to be French, or European. So it's not a question of vin rouge or baguette, whatever. It's just a question of.
I recall my time when I was working for Arte. That was the same thing. It was like, usually in Germany we don't do that. So like, come on, nobody's German.
Nobody's doing this. Maybe it used to be like this in the very, very old French TV, but we have everybody has the same global economical problem today. So And
that's also what Liam Neeson said, that he was really surprised working with so young people. So in the end. Of course, I would like to know, where do you see, was the biggest challenge for you? Or was it actually not a challenge at all, as you did, Taken 2 now, to work with pretty much the same team of the same actor? And does it mean that this will define the forthcoming movies that you will into? Is action going to be your thing, or are you looking forward now for something more settled? Maybe like a romantic comedy, anything like that?
No, the thing is that when I shot Taken 3, I wanted to be maybe a little more creative, and so I was, but by the way, and it was not so bad and so difficult to do it. So I think it's one of my best memory on the movie, and I was not expecting this at all, to be honest, because we're working with a family, so everybody was there having pleasure, doing his best, trying to find the best way to make things, having a lot of ideas, so it was fine. It's a trilogy, it's a franchise, so the thing that everybody thinks that we are stuck into a frame or whatever. When you're doing that kind of thing, and especially on the third part when we are changing everything, the structure, we have new actors, we have everything is brand new. It's like making another movie for me. It was exactly like this. I would have preferred to do this than everything else, because I read a lot of scripts, I have a lot of projects that have been sent, and the problem is that it's always most of the projects are another taken, something different, some copycats, or so instead of doing this, I prefer to do the real one, because the real one is I've got the real Bryan Mills, I've got the real everything, so it's a choice. And sure, after all this, you say, okay, maybe I'm gonna change my mood and try to do something that I try to do in my next movie. But making movies is it's like an adventure, so you don't really know what's gonna happen next month, because actors, money, whatever happens in the world, in the location you want to shoot in, and so on. So I wouldn't normally do a very small movie next year, beginning of next year, on the French doctors. The French doctors who created the Doctors Without Borders, so it's going to be shot in Africa and so on. So it will be a small movie, and it's just because I want to work with actors and French actors. I didn't shoot for I haven't been shot for 15 years in French, so just to have another experience, and after we'll be back into an action movie again, maybe. But you don't really know what's gonna happen next.
I think they're gonna be happy. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And all the success for the show. Et joyeux Noël.
Joyeux Noël à tout le monde.
À la prochaine.
Thanks.
Hey.
Lenny. Schön, dich zu sehen.
Geht mir auch so. Geht's Kim gut?
Ich habe das Gefühl, sie ist wie immer. Lenny! Lenny?
Sir, treten Sie zurück!
Ich war das nicht.
Hände hoch, sofort!
Der Verdächtige heißt Bryan Mills.
Mit 21 geht er zur Army. Mit 23 zu einer Spezialeinheit. Ist ein versierter Scharfschütze. Sprengstoffexperte. Keine Dienstakte, keine Entlassungspapiere, nichts. Dieser Kerl weiß, wie man unsichtbar wird.
Hör gut zu, Kim. Deiner Mom ist was Schlimmes zugestoßen.
Sag mir, was los ist, Dad.
Traue niemandem.
Fall down your hands.
Ich habe in meinem Leben schon vieles gemacht. Und ich war mir immer der Konsequenzen bewusst. Ich muss meine Familie schützen. Was wissen Sie?
Ich weiß eines. Alle, die Sie lieben, werden bald tot sein.
Was hat für Sie Vorrang, Inspektor?
Es ist mein Job, Sie zu verhaften.
Für mich hat Vorrang, das Einzige zu beschützen, das mir noch geblieben ist.
Was hast du vor?
Ich mache dem ein Ende.
Wenn Sie diesen Weg gehen, wird das LAPD, das FBI, die CIA, Sie alle werden Sie jagen. Sie werden Sie finden und Sie aufhalten.
Viel Glück.